Coming up, on the rise, coronavirus cases are increasing in more than a dozen states. This comes as one city is bringing back indoor mask requirements. Our pal Dr. John Torres will be here to help us understand what's going on. Then, why do April showers bring May flowers? We've got the answer ahead. Also, let's roll.
What is Easter egg roll at White House? When did they start this event?
We'll take a look at the history behind one of the longest White House traditions. Plus, it's the ultimate field trip. Videos of these penguins taking field trips went viral during the height of the pandemic, and you'll never believe what happened next. Our kid reporter Jackson Daly has details. And marking a milestone.
I just want to say congratulations for keeping Nightly News Kids Edition on air for 2 years.
I'm wishing you an explosive 3rd year.
Some of our viewers and regular contributors will be here to mark this program's 2-year anniversary.
This is NBC Nightly News Kids Edition.
Welcome back to Nightly News Kids Edition. It always makes my week to spend some time with you guys. As always, we've got a super lineup ahead, but I first want to take a few moments to say thank you and give you guys a big shout out. It was 2 years ago this week that we launched Nightly News Kids Edition. Hi, everybody. I'm Lester Holt, and I wanted to welcome you to the first Nightly News Kids Edition. I was in my home studio back then. Remember the bass guitars on the wall behind me? And we were just a few weeks into the pandemic. Schools had shut down. Many of your parents started working from home. And it was a scary time for both kids and grown-ups. And as I told you back then, knowledge would give us the power to understand what we're up against, what the virus could do and what it couldn't do. So we decided to launch Nightly News Kids Edition to help you guys understand what was happening in the world and how we could all protect ourselves and those around us. And since then, it's been my honor and pleasure to bring you this program every week. And one friend of ours who has been with us every step of the way, helping answer our questions, is our pal, Dr. John Torres.
The main thing is you don't want to just keep safe from everybody else and keep everybody safe from you, but at the same time, no reason you can't look cool as well, right, Lester? And here are my 2 animals. Here we have Bunny and we have Snoopy. They're great as well because you can hug them, you can talk to them, you can cuddle them, you can love on them, and that always makes you feel better, Lester. When you blow on this wind instrument, it's going to make the germs go around, and the germs are going to go out to other people. Wear sunglasses or a hat to protect your eyes too, and apply sunscreen. Try to do this 30 minutes before you go outside so it has time to activate. Then reapply every 2 hours. And if you're playing in the water, make sure it's waterproof. And don't get tricked by a cloudy day. Even on overcast days, the sun's UV rays can make it through the clouds. I am a bear. And these are my forest friends here. So we're going to tell you what you can do for Halloween.
How do microscopes work?
The important thing behind a microscope is you're trying to make small things look really big so you can see all the details, and that's what gives scientists a lot of ideas and a lot of information about how these germs work, and that's how they figured out with coronavirus what those little spike proteins are or the other parts that they need to make sure they look at in order to keep us healthy. I want to introduce you to a couple people here. This is El Reno, which is the Christmas reindeer, and this is Chill, the Christmas sloth. They're here to help me answer the questions.
He is truly a fountain of information. Joining us now in our Ask the Doc segment is our pal, Dr. John Torres. Dr. John, you have been such a terrific part of Kids Edition, answering kids' questions. What have you learned from our viewers these last 2 years?
Lester, I have had such a blast answering all the great questions we've gotten over the past 2 years. And along the way, I think we've learned a lot, including vaccines, how they work in our bodies to fight viruses and keep us healthy. We've also learned this year how to go back to school safely and how to protect ourselves and our families from COVID and some other diseases. But we've even moved beyond coronavirus, learning how to stay safe from UV rays if we're outdoors, and how to identify and treat poison ivy that we might get from the woods. But most importantly, we've learned learn the importance of information. Science is always changing, and we're constantly learning more. So it's important to keep up to date, and that's exactly what we do and I do every week here on the show. I'm so excited to continue learning with you all over the next few years. So thank you for watching for the past 2 years. And Lester, I can't wait to see what kind of questions these kids come up with next.
I know, the quality of the questions has blown me away. And I have to tell you, there's been more than a time or two when I've heard a question like, I don't know what that answer is. And you've had it for us, so we appreciate that. And as we mark the 2-year anniversary of Nightly News Kids Edition, I know, Dr. John, coronavirus cases are once again rising across the country. Philadelphia announced it wants to reinstate its indoor mask mandate in schools and public places starting Monday. So what do kids and families need to know right now as we start the holiday weekend?
And Lester, I think the most important thing to remember is we're not done with the pandemic yet, and it's not done with us yet. So we're still having these cases come up. We're still seeing these occasional surges, but luckily they're not as bad as they were in the past. But the one thing you have to realize is we might have to go back to some of these requirements. You might need to keep your mask on every now and then, but that's probably only going to be for a few days or a few weeks at the most as it gets more under control. And as time goes on, hopefully over the next few months, we get this all behind us and we can talk about what the pandemic was like instead of what the pandemic will be like.
Can't wait for that day. In the meantime, we've got questions from one of our viewers. Take a listen.
Hi, my name is Meredith, and I have a question for you. Can cats get COVID-19? And if they do, can they get better?
That's a good question, and it's a cute cat, too. Dr. John?
That is a cute cat. It looks like a heavy cat. But the honesty is, yes, pets can get coronavirus, and they often get it from their owners. And so first and foremost, if you are sick, you need to treat your pet like you would anybody else in your household. And that means making sure you stay away from them, you wear a mask if you're around them, and you wash your hands a lot before you touch them. But the cat can actually get sick as well. Luckily, cats don't seem to be able to give that illness, to give coronavirus to humans. But at the same time, you need to treat them like humans if they're sick. Make sure that they stay by themselves, make sure they're not around other pets, and most importantly, if you're taking care of them, make sure that you wear a mask and you wash your hands after you're done taking care of them. But almost always they get healthy again. It's usually just a minor illness for them, and they don't typically get that sick.
All right, Dr. John, always fun to have you here. Thanks so much for the info.
You bet.
Okay, let's turn now to the weather. Parts of the country have been experiencing some heavy rains and storms lately, and it leads us to the question, why do April showers bring May flowers? You've heard that phrase before. Our pal Dave Price is here to explain.
Lester, today we're going to answer the burning question, why do April showers bring May flowers? Now, that's a popular saying often used in the month of April. And the saying actually originates from an old 1886 proverb from the United Kingdom. And the saying went something like this: March winds and April showers bring forth May flowers. Kind of formal, isn't it? Well, anyway, April in the United Kingdom is one of the more soggy or wettest months based on the position of the jet stream. The jet stream position in April shifts northward, and this steers weather systems across the ocean and produces multiple rainstorms in places like England and Scotland and Ireland during the month. The jet stream also produces lots of rain over most of the United States during the month, and especially across the northern plains, the Great Lakes, and the Northeast. Now, April isn't necessarily the rainiest month in these regions. However, as temperatures warm, there are more rainstorms in these areas as compared to snowstorms, and that soaks the soil. The rain in the month of April, combined with the warmer temps, begins to nourish the plants and the flowers, and then the magic happens. Now, this saying doesn't apply to all locations. For example, in the Southeast, it's more like March showers bring April flowers. And across the West, their rainiest time of the year is usually the winter, December, January, February. And in the Southwest, the saying doesn't even apply at all because it's often so dry. So in general, April is a month in the beginning of the spring when rainfall activity, more direct sunlight, and warmer temperatures across most of the northern hemisphere all trigger flowers to start blooming. And by May, we expect to have beautiful flora, including tulips, pansies, daffodils, forsythia, violas, hyacinths, and more. So now that you know what brings May flowers, isn't it time to ask, what do May flowers bring? Well, the answer to that, my friend, is pilgrims. Get it? Mayflowers bring pilgrims. All right, this may be my last appearance on Nightly News Kids, but we'll talk more about that at Thanksgiving. Lester?
Dave, thanks so much for that great explanation, my friend. Time now for our pop quiz, where we put you to the test. The question this week: what is the only one letter that does not appear in any U.S. state name? Is it Q, Z, or J? We've got the answer coming up a little later on. Well, Easter is this Sunday, and with this holiday comes many traditions, including one a viewer was wondering about.
Hi, my name is Jason and I'm 6 years old. I have 2 questions. The first one is, what is Easter egg roll at White House? And the second one is, when did they start this event? Bye.
Bye, Jason. Those are excellent questions. The very first White House Easter egg roll took place back in 1878 when President Rutherford B. Hayes agreed to open the White House grounds on Easter Monday. Our friend Kelly O'Donnell has more on this extra special event.
Back on a roll. The springtime cheer returns. Hosted by First Families for generations, more than 140 years.
Welcome to this happiest of traditions at the White House.
We want to thank the Easter Bunny as always for being here.
Year after year, thousands of children are invited to visit the grounds of the White House to test their skills for the ultimate challenge, the Easter egg roll. With presidents over many years who started the race. The kids armed with spoons and determination to get their prized eggs across the finish line first.
Well, hello everybody. Is everybody having fun?
The fun goes beyond the races. So many bunnies to greet. Crafts and games and stories from celebrity readers. The tradition of a White House souvenir egg began with President and Mrs. Reagan more than 40 years ago. And this year, the Bidens designed a wooden egg that features their first pets, Commander and Willow. But for 2 years, COVID canceled the Easter egg roll. Yet the Easter Bunny still made a special visit to the press briefing room.
And it's not quite the same. We'll do a big one next year.
And so on this Easter Monday, children will once again have the run of the White House lawn, as they have since 1878. After so many years of celebrations,
What today is about is having a whole lot of fun.
the scramble for Easter eggs is back. Kelly O'Donnell, NBC News, the White House.
Kelly, thanks for answering all our questions about that. Now to a story that became a huge hit during the height of the pandemic and turned a few penguins into superstars after videos of them going on field trips went viral. Our pal Jackson Daly has the latest on this penguin adventure.
Hi, Mr. Holt. Field trips are a very fun time in school, but due to the pandemic, we haven't really been having them that much. But there are still some field trips going on, and some may say, we left it up to the birds.
It's the ultimate field trip.
We take field trips with our penguins all the time. We oftentimes take them around the aquarium and actually places around Chicago. It's good for their physical and mental well-being.
Penguins at the Chicago Shedd Aquarium enjoyed the sights and sounds like us kids do. The aquarium says that the field trip started before the pandemic, but when it was forced to close down due to coronavirus, the penguins had the place to themselves, and it was all caught on camera.
So that really gave us the opportunity to take the birds to different areas of the aquarium.
And people just really seemed to like it as something that helped people kind of put a smile on their face as they were stuck at home. And really, the penguins kind of picked up steam after that.
We had no idea that these field trip videos would go viral. And it was amazing. We were hearing from people in different countries, all across the U.S. and all of these different areas. Just so excited to see these videos.
Who had the idea to... I had a chance to catch up with the Penguins team right after these videos became a hit.
Wellington went on that first field trip to the Amazon exhibit, and it got so big. And these guys are inquisitive animals.
In one of your
videos, the penguin was looking at like a whale. Has that two species ever like seen each other before?
Maybe they have. We might have brought birds to our underwater viewing gallery when we were closed before, but I've never seen a whale take as much interest in the penguins and the curiosity of the whale watching and pressing their melon against the glass. That was awesome.
And it was these penguins field trips that helped spark a huge interest in turning these birds into superstars. So much so, guess what? They got a book deal.
It's pretty exciting that they're in a book.
A new children's book highlighting the adventures of Edward and Annie during the pandemic.
As Kai led them home, the two penguins dreamed of new adventures.
I hope they just learn to love penguins. A lot of penguin species aren't doing super well out in the wild, and so the more people that we have that know about those troubles that they're facing can really help to protect those species as well. So part of the proceeds will go for conservation efforts. Penguins here at the aquarium actually can live over double their life expectancy in the wild because of that health care and the exercise that they get, and obviously no predators.
Did you know that there are 18 different species of penguins? I surely didn't.
Some are in cold areas like Antarctica, and others are in temperate regions or warmer regions like the Galapagos Islands or South America or South Africa. So they're completely comfortable walking around in these temperatures.
And you can't tell male and female penguins apart just by looking at them.
You actually have to do a blood test or get some DNA, or wait a few years and see if the females lay an egg.
Another fun fact, they're waterproof.
They actually have an oil gland at the base of their tail called the uropygial gland. They can squeeze oil out or rub it in their beak and then rub it throughout their feathers.
And penguins eat only as much as they need.
So unlike me on Thanksgiving, they'll actually stop when they're full.
The Shedd Aquarium hoping these field trips and new books spark curiosity and desire to learn more about these special penguins. I'm Jackson Daly for Nightly News Kids Edition. Back to you, Lester.
All right, Jackson, thanks very much. Now to our Inspiring Kids series and an update to a story we brought you a few weeks back. Remember, we introduced you to these fourth graders from Massachusetts who organized a bake sale to raise money to help families who had to leave Ukraine because of the fighting. Well, guess what? They had another bake sale and raised some $24,000, bringing the total of money they've raised to over $35,000.
Makes me feel really good. I really like the feeling of knowing that I'm saving lives. At the bake sale, every time we handed out a treat to somebody, it felt really good to know that whatever money that was going to help people.
Kudos to you, girls. That is terrific news. All right, time to get the answer to our pop quiz now. The question, what is the only one letter that does not appear in any U.S. state name? Is it Q, Z, or J? The answer is Q. Not one of the 50 states contains the letter Q. If you guessed J or Z, you were close. New Jersey and Arizona are the only states that contain J and Z. Well, as we mentioned at the top of the program, this week, Nightly News Kids Edition is marking 2 years, and we want to give a big thanks to our viewers and the friends we've made along the way.
Happy anniversary to Nightly News Kids Edition. I've had a lot of fun on this program answering your great questions for the past 2 years. So we want to say a massive thank you to you all for watching.
Happy anniversary, Nightly Kids!
Sons and I wanted to come on and say happy birthday and congratulations to Lester and to the incredible team that makes this happen.
Thank you for helping us learn about the world we live in the past 2 years. Have a happy birthday!
Nightly News Kids Edition is my favorite thing to watch, and it helps me learn. Have a happy birthday. Love you, Lester. Bye.
Happy anniversary to you, Lester. I know so many kids who love Nightly News Kids Edition. I know so many parents who do too, and I love being a part of it. Congrats.
I really enjoy reporting stories for the show. I know it's hard doing Nightly News and Kids Edition. So if you ever need a break, you know who to call. Bye.
We've got some big news, so let's bring in our reporter in the field.
Nightly News Kids is 2 years old and totally awesome.
That's right. Happy birthday, Nightly News Kids. And thank you to Lester Holt for leading our team in this very special coverage for our most important viewers, the leaders of tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Nightly News Kids Edition!
I grew up outside Chicago. Here's a picture of myself when I was a little bit younger than I am now. Love the news, would have loved to have this program. Thanks to Lester and a world-class team. Thank you for everything you guys do. Happy anniversary.
Congratulations to Nightly News Kids, a 2-year anniversary. How exciting is that? Can I tell you a little secret? While I do forecast the weather for a living, one of my favorite things to do is to answer questions about weather. And you guys have given me the opportunity to do that. Not just about weather, but about space too, which is my other passion. So thank you for asking such wonderful questions. Thank you for being curious about things that I love, and I love learning right alongside with you. So let's keep it up and let's learn some more in the next 2 years.
I've watched every single show and loved every single one. I really enjoy the inspiring kid stories and the totally random questions from kids that get answered. Thank you to all who put this amazing show together every week. Keep up the good work. Bye.
On behalf of all of us here at the Houston Zoo, thank you for allowing us to share our animals with all of your viewers to help tell our story. Happy anniversary!
I'm Nix, and I just wanted to say a quick happy birthday to the Nightly News Kids show for me and everyone else in America's Test Kitchen Kids. I've had such a fun time baking and sharing my recipes with you, so congratulations.
Lester, happy anniversary, and for all those who watch us, just remember, we may appear to be old, but we're all kids at heart.
Happy birthday, Nightly News Kids Edition. Bye!
Congratulations, NBC Nightly News Kids Edition, on your 2-year anniversary. From all of the penguins here at Shedd Aquarium.
Hi, Mr. Lester Holt. I just want to say congratulations for keeping Nightly News Kids Edition on air for 2 years. That's about the time that Mars takes to revolve around the sun. I also want to say thank you for making Nightly News Kids Edition. For us kids to see what's going on around in the world and to help make it a better place. Thank you and congratulations!
Hi Lester, Kate the Chemist here. Congratulations on 2 amazing years of NBC Nightly News Kids Edition. I'm wishing you an explosive 3rd year. Let's see if we can make it work. Here we go. There it is. Congratulations!
Hi, everybody. Dave Price from Nightly News Kids wishing Lester and the whole staff a happy 2nd anniversary. You know, the 2 most important things we have are our brains and our hearts. And if you feed your brain with lots of facts and information, and if you open your hearts to new people and new experiences and new cultures, you're going to be unstoppable when you're an adult. And that's what we like helping to do here at Nightly News Kids. So here's to the last 2 years, and here's to many more. Thanks for being part of the ride.
You guys are terrific. Great to hear from our whole team and this growing family we have here. That's going to do it for us on this 2nd anniversary of Kids Edition. And as we begin our 3rd year, I want to send out a special thank you and congratulations to our producer and writer of Nightly News Kids Edition, Kim Cornett. Kim's passion and energy have been a driving force in this program. Also, a special shout out and congratulations to our video editor, Chris Pendy. He puts it all together for us every week. Both of you guys are the best. Thank you. Parents, just a reminder, if your child has a question about any topic in the news, email a video to us at nightlynewskids@nbcuni.com, and we'll try to answer them in an upcoming program. You can also follow us on Instagram @NightlyKids. And just a program note, you can catch a new episode of Nightly News Kids Edition this Saturday on NBC. Check your local listing for the time in your area. So thanks for watching, everybody, and remember to continue to take care of yourself and each other. And as we say so long, I want to give a shout out to siblings Luca and Nika and their band Lunaca, who put together this original song for us.
Why is the show so good? Even the parents enjoy it. They turn boring news into something the kids can enjoy.
Once I am done with eating, I turn on the TV to kids NBC News. And sometimes when my parents aren't watching, I switch the TV to NBC Kids News. Am I imagining? Is Lester looking at me? Or is it something that I really don't know now? Is this happening? His eyes are dazzling.